All right, here we go. Dragonflight content update. Table of content. You want to read the table of contents?
Well, I mean, we're pretty much already seeing it. Trading posts, achievements, all this stuff. Creatures, NPCs, items, rewards, PvP, using user interface, accessibility, store my events, classes, holidays, mage tower, professions, and WoW companion app.
Wow, companion app. Is it coming back? Am I gonna be able to do my auctions without logging in?
I figure WoW
Make so
companion
much
app's gonna
gold
be a
again.
year. I figure that's gonna be a yearly expansion update. So
Yeah, I hope they. I feel like they really dropped the ball with the companion.
and with my new
I
phone
hope
hopefully
that
coming
it's
in.
telling us the mage tower's staying.
Yeah,
Like
with
as
my
a
new phone
permanent
coming
thing.
in, I'll be able to reinstall that thing too.
I'm excited for this trading post.
Yep, so let's go down to the trading post.
All right, so the trading post. There's
Picture.
Ogremar.
Yep.
Oh, look at the little tiny tent. It's adorable.
There's
A new feature is making its way to World of Warcraft on February 1st. The trading post complete monthly activities to earn currency towards decking out your character's cosmetic transmogs, pets, and mounts with new items and activities introduced every month. I thought it was going to be old items.
It's all gonna be old and new.
We'll see.
They call it
A
new
new set of
because
traders. They said that what?
it's called new because it's new items that were put in. But there might be new ones maybe too from Dragonflight.
Okay,
Or
let's
maybe
see here.
new before not before seen items from old expansions too. Who knows?
Maybe it will elaborate. A new set of traders will be moving their wares into the capital cities of Stormwind and Ogremar, TNW, Twani and Wilder, and Zenshari Trading Post. Oh, TNW and Zenshari Trading Post. So I imagine the Alliance one is TNW. You'll find TNW outside the Mage District in Stormwind, and the Zenshari Trading Post next to the Gravash Hold in Ogremar. Our trader friends have pulled out all the stops and have set up their shops. Really? We're gonna rhyme? So you can view the collective new cosmetic each month. All right, sounds cool. To obtain these unique cosmetic items, you will need to acquire account-wide currency called Trader's Tender. This can be earned two ways, and will keep you subscribed to the game in one. Automatically each month, just by logging in and heading to the trading post, you can collect 500 every month from a collection chest called the Collector's Cash by completing monthly activities in the travel log. A monthly set of activities provides the opportunity to earn another 500 additional traders tender. So that's 1,000. You can earn 1,000, half of it just for logging in. So yeah, it's totally to keep you subscribed. But hey, that's a good way to do it. It's a reward track without it being a reward track, and half of it's free. Well, I mean, half of it's no effort. I mean, he's still paying to play, but I mean, we're talking about WoW, so
But yeah,
that's
so
good.
this is just the start of what we hope will be the rewarding new system for players to further personalize their character and their experiences within World of Warcraft. We will be looking toward additional opportunities to provide the community with even more ways to add to their collections and express themselves everywhere they go in Azeroth. All right.
Learn
Next
more.
one.
I don't want to click learn more.
No, don't.
The Storm's Fury event.
All right, what are you going to do now, Primalists?
The Primalists are rallying their strongest forces to preserve their plans to dominate Azeroth. Head out with your fellow adventurers to seal their portals and defeat their mightiest monstrosity. Not mightiest, just mighty. I made it better than it was. Storm's Fury event will take place every 5 hours. located by taking the temporal conflux portal in Thurazaz. Brave defenders will receive Essence of Storm, which can be exchanged for a level 385 ring, trinket, and neck, causing storm or chasing storm toy, a catch containing storm sigils, and the sky skin hornstrider mount, and time lost Volkwyn pet. Interesting. So this is the catch-up mechanic.
Yeah, so there's
That's
our
what this
three.
is.
So they're finally
The
unlocking
catch-up.
their 385 items. There we go.
Yeah, this is catch-up. Achievement. Fixed issue causing our Cavanist Codex faction achievement to grant double achievement points. Players see drop in 20 achievement points if they've maxed out with the Arcanist Codex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I found out that there's a bug last night, and I haven't put a ticket in yet. So I logged on to my Nightborn, and I discovered that she is level 56. I did not boost her at all, and I don't have my racial transmog set because I skipped level 50 and never leveled to 50 because of the stat squish. I'm gonna have to put a ticket in for that because that's I don't think that's intended. I don't want to level another one just to get it either. So I'm gonna try first.
Mm-hmm.
All right, classes.
You ready, Daft?
Yeah, I'm ready to be mad at the druid.
Changes time.
Okay. Changes time. Yeah, let's go. Druid class. All druids now learn swipe at level 10. It's probably a good idea. Swipe and brutal slash damage now reduced by 50%. That's okay. Feral druids now start with rip instead of thrash.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds. So far, this seems logical.
Yeah, because
that 50% seems a little
extreme. And thrash is more of a bear ability anyway, so.
Yeah, right. Thrash is the bear ability.
Improve swipe.
New talent. Improve swipe, increase swipe, and brutal slash damage by 100%. Okay. So the new talent removes the nerf.
Yeah, so that just balances out to give a talent. Okay.
Yeah. And that's because it's baseline now, so they need to make it a talent to improve it. So that's probably what replaces swipe.
Yeah, so you actually spec more into a feral side. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That'll keep them healers from hitting too hard. New talent, Forest Walk. Casting Regrowth increases your movement speed and healing received by 5% for 3/6 seconds. Okay.
So 3 and then 6 seconds for 2 talents.
That sounds like it's going to be kind of annoying, but like that's not too bad.
Yeah, so it looks like it's
increased the movement speed by.
So it looks like it's a 2-rank talent, a 2 talent pointer. So.
But yeah, 3 just increased the movement speed by. I wonder.
Boost speed for 3 to 6 seconds.
Oh, and healing received both by 5. So that's okay.
Yeah, it looks like it just stays at 5% so far.
Yeah, new talent, Gale Wind, increased Typhoon's radius by 20% and range by 5 yards. Okay. Typhoon's kind of like, it needs a buff. Like, it's a good ability, it's just really hard to hit with.
Yeah, I know, it's too lined.
Yeah, it's too thin. Which it says it increases its radius and range by 5, so I'm hoping that makes it a little thicker. New talent, Incessant Tempest. Reduce the cooldown of Typhoon by 5 seconds. Ooh, that sounds fun. Killer Instinct changed to 2 points, gains 3/6 physical damage and armor. Okay.
So now
that's
it's 3 and 6. Okay.
Natural Instinct changed to 2 points, gaining 3/6 magical damage and healing. So it's the same thing.
Yep. Next.
New connection between Rip and Rake.
Alright, so movement talents.
Yeah, these are Allows you to adjust the build a little bit better. That's kind of cool. I like that they're doing that. New connection between MAME and Tireless Pursuit. New connection between Skullbash to Primal Fury and Matted Fur. New connection to Vardant Heart and Iron Fur. Wild Growth moved up and Remove Curse moved to the side. Improve Rejuvenation moved up the tree. Sunfire moved up to Star Surge, moved to side.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Balance. Oh, Farrell's getting a big change. Anyway, on to balance.
Jeez.
Balance Druidry has been redesigned. What?
Tree. Yeah.
Lunar Eclipse no longer increases critical strike chance of Starfire. Lunar Eclipse now increases the damage of Starfire dealt to enemies by 50%.
Nearby enemies.
That's cool. I like that. That's a solid, like, guaranteed damage. I always like guaranteed damage over meh damage or
Yeah,
random
for sure.
chance. Astral Communion. In addition to active effects, also passively increases your astral power by 20%.
Okay. By 20.
Okay, they do more things. Umbriel Intensity now it further increases the damage of Starfire dealt to enemies by 10 to 20%.
Mhm.
New
So the two.
talent, Cosmic Rapidity. Or Rapidity. Your Moonfire, Sunfire, Stellar Fire deal damage equal to 3 to or slash 25% faster.
Mhm.
Circle of Life and Death has been removed.
Mhm.
What did that do?
It was something about converting damage to healing and healing to damage or something like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
So what I think balanced druids need is a slight, I'll say this again, slight nerf to their movement. Because oh my god, do they have CC options and movement abilities. And
Yeah.
not let me rephrase that. Not movement, that was wrong. CC abilities. They have just a little bit too many. I was arguing with somebody on a forum the other day, and I was pointing out that every class has CC in the tree. And in the base tree, like not even the balance tree, just the base tree. The balanced druids have like 3 more than everybody else. Or
Yeah.
druids in general. Um
All right.
and I know that balance has additional ones. But yeah. Let's continue on to the massive beast that is Feral. Unless you have anything to comment on the balance. Nah? Alright, we got Feral. Cycle of life and death damage over time duration. Compression reduced to 20%. Was 25. 5% nerf, not bad. Taste for blood changed to a single point node that increases ferocic bite by 5%. Her bleed on the target was 2 node points. Okay. Yeah, they probably need that because Feral's not doing very good right now.
Yeah.
At least the ones that I fought in the arena haven't been doing very good. I don't know how they're doing in the other content.
Which one?
Feral.
Yeah, no, arenas are pretty tough. I don't know about PvE yet, really.
Yeah, that's more of a. I was waiting until next season for sudden ambush. Change to point or a single point node that grants 6% chance per combo point spent to cause your next shred or rake to deal damage as though stealthed. Was 2-point node. That's cool. Tear open wounds now deals 70% of rips damage. It consumes was 60. Repentant ferocity increases damage to 35%. Of ferocity or ferocious bite damage was 25. That got buffed by 10%. Dreadful Bleed, bonus to rip damage, reduced by reduced to 15% was 25% nerf. Relentless Predator, reduced energy cost of Ferocious Bite by 40% was 20% buff. Rip and Tear damage increased to 15% was 12%. That is a 3% buff. Lunar Inspiration damage increased by 25%. Tear open wounds directly below Primal Wrath on row 3 with connector to pouncing strikes. These are all going to sound weird when I go to read them. Survival Instinct moved to row 5. Infectious Wounds moved to row 5. Lunar Inspiration moved below and to the left of Sudden Ambush on row 6. Berserk moved below 6, or moved to row 6. Moment of Clarity moved to row 7. Berserk Heart of the Lion and Berserk Frenzy moved within row 7 and connections changed. Position of Wild Splashes and Brutal Strike swapped in their choice mode. Why? What purpose does that have? I really want to know why. Anyway, the Guardian Druid. Bear. Should I just read through them all quick, or are we going to talk about them?
Yeah, I'm not much into the Guardian. That's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played Guardian in years. The Guardian Druid tree has been redesigned. Ursyn's aspect is now learned at level 10. I'm thinking I might run a bear, though. Innervate can now be cast in bear form. I repeat, Innervate can now be cast in bear form. In bear form. That's dope. That is dope. Right there. That is dope. That's a huge buff. And not even a buff, it's a giant quality of life. Because, one of the reasons I didn't play bear was because I couldn't use all of my utility because I have to leave form to do it.
Yeah.
And that's probably the reason why my bear never made it to max level in any meaningful content. New talent, Thorn of Iron. When you cast Iron 4, you also deal physical damage equal to 30% of your iron split among enemies within 12 yards. Nice. New talent, Rage. Strike with the might of Ursoc. Dealing physical damage to all enemies in front of you. Dealing reduced damage beyond 5 targets. First Mystic. New talent, Moonless Knight. When you cast single target abilities on enemy affected by Moonfire, you cause them to burn for an additional 10% arcane damage. New talent, Lunar Beam. Summon a beam of lunar light on your location, dealing arcane damage and healing you for 8.5 seconds. Pathing restricted. Does it follow you? That sounds cool. I'm gonna run a bear. I'm gonna have to level me one. This sounds cool. Front of the pack, move to row 3. Tell me in the comments what kind of bear druid I should roll. What race? Flashing Claws switched position with Reinvigorate. Earth Warden, Tooth and Claw, Reinforced Fur, and Wildfire/Guardian of the Loon have now have connections to the final gate section. What does that mean?
Okay, section.
I'm
Which one?
assuming it means like between the middle section and the last section, but the final gate? Please clarify, Blizzard. I am confused.
They probably, they
Pulverize,
probably, they probably mean the capstone talents.
probably. Pulverize a blood frenzy.
Huh.
Oh man, you know what? I just realized I am streaming not this page. I'm actually streaming the game. I'm stupid. Display. Let's go ahead and do that. I apologize. At least we're only in the first class. Front of the pack, move to row 3. Fishing claws, switch position with reinvigorate. Oh, I already read that. Pulverize, Blood Frenzy, and Moonfire have found slightly different homes. What? Can you be consistent with your patch notes? Vicious Cycles, Fury of Nature, and Salinting Moonlight have changed icons. Added a tracker buff. Do I really have WoW still open? Welcome to my ADD.
That's what happens when we don't have dual monitors.
Right? Okay. Yeah, no, I was close. Vicious Cycles, Fury of Nature, and Solidity Moonlight have had their icons changed. Added a tracker buff for after the wildfire to indicate remaining range expenditure until proc occurs. Thank you for the improved quality of life. Restoration. New talent. Broken. Forest of Nature. Forest flows. Nourish extends the duration of your life. Bloom, regenerate, regrowth, and wild growth effects on nearby targets by 4 seconds. New talent. Wild Synthesis, regrowth, increases the cast time of your next Nourish by 25% and causes it to receive an additional 33% bonus for Mastery Harmony stacks 3 times. Hey, look, another buff. Forest Flowers, Wild Synthesis, Choice Node Connection, added below Nourish. So that you can get the 2 new talents together. Nourish tooltip updated to reflect bonus healing from Mastery. Harmonious numerically. All right. Invokers. Granted, these are not in PvP, so these nerfs or these buffs might actually be warranted. I don't know how they're performing in PvE. I haven't dabbled in that much this expansion. Coming soon. Invoker Preservation. Redesigned the delivery method of Temporal Anomaly Absorb Shield. Absorb shields are now applied to all allies it passes through. When the Absorb Shield effectiveness is reduced beyond 5, pulses 3 times and heals 2 allies per pulse. Wow, that's a big change. Its speed has also been increased to 40%, and the orb will no longer slow down when it detects an ally in its radius. That's cool. Temporal Anomaly cooldown increased to 15 seconds. Was 6 seconds. Yeah. Double that cooldown and then add another 3 seconds. Nerfed so hard. Dormu's teachings have been redesigned. Now reduces the cooldown on empowered spells by 5 seconds when Temporal Anomaly is cast. Resonating Spear now applies Echo to the first 6 allies it passes through. Needle or time need cooldown reduced, or time of need cooldown reduced to 60 seconds was 90 seconds. Casting Echo After Living Flame or Spirit Bloom, it no longer consumes the echo. Directly after. Okay, that seems like it fixed a bug. Emerald Communion will no longer cancel the Invoker, or if the Invoker is disoriented or feared during its channel. Why? I don't understand that. Why do they get to keep channeling while stunned? Or disoriented or feared? That seems meh. Emerald Communion will now properly calculate its overhealing value, which would sometimes heal less than expected. In addition to its healing to allies, can no longer critically heal. Ah, that's interesting. Emerald Communion now always prioritize players over pets. Oh, Devil, you here?
Yep.
You ready for the Marksman Hunter?
Let's see what we have here.
All right. Salvo has been redesigned. Your multi-shot or volley now apply explosive shot to 2 targets hit. 45-second cooldown does not incur the global cooldown. Okay, that's not too bad. New talent, tactical reload. Aim shot and rapid fire cooldown reduced by 10%. Double tap has been removed and steady focus swapped to its position in the talent tree. Well, that's gone. Hit them with that super nerf bat. That talent was troubled in PvP. Sorry, PvE hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Calling the shots has now reduced the cooldown of True Shot by 2.5 seconds per focus spent was 1.5 seconds. That's a solid nerf. Alrighty. I'm scared to see what they're going to do to my rogue.
Let's see what they're doing to
Monk.
JJ.
Class, yeah, right. You play a monk, and so does Nick.
I know.
Like most of our guild plays a monk.
I know. Nick's specs are in my off spec is Brewmaster, so.
Yeah, I like Brewmaster.
Nick's main spec is Windwalker, so we'll see.
Monk class fixed an issue that caused Awaken, Feline, and Feline Harmony talents to grant less chances to reset Feline Stomp than intended. Feline Stomp now always spawns with a minimum of 1 branch. Thank God. Feline Stomp now has 100% chance to spawn circles within its arcs.
Yep.
What does that even mean?
It means it makes
Like,
more areas within its area of effect.
So it's prettier now?
It means when the arcs, you can actually stand within its area and not just stand in the area and not get its bonus.
Okay.
So the description and the animation of it.
Like I know that like it would sometimes come out as a little stump, and that would be all sad, which is why they're making it a minimum of 1 branch. But I don't understand this spawn circles within its arches things, like unless like you have to be on like, but that doesn't even make sense. You don't have to be on the graphic 100% to get the effect. Just
you have to be on the graphic.
I don't know.
You have to be on the. No, you have to be on the graphic.
So is it just saying it's making the graphic bigger?
Yeah, it's making the area. It's making the area of effect bigger. Yes.
Yeah. The area of effect hitbox. Cool. Brewmaster. New ability. Spirit of the Ox. Your Rising Sun kick and Blackout kick have a chance to summon healing spheres I love the healing spheres. Stagger is now a baseline ability, because why wouldn't it be? You're a brewmaster. Well, could you imagine, like, playing a brewmaster and not having stagger? You'd be so squishy. Resonant fist damage reduced by 45%. Just flat out 45% nerf. Keg smash damage increased by 10. Tiger palm increased by 20. Blackout kick increased by 20. Spinning crane kick by 20. Fire breath by 25. So resonating fist decreased everything else it decreased or increased. And man, that's some buffs. Like, you get more damage out of that than you lose. Quick sip now purifies, I would bet. 5% of the damage delayed by stagger was 2%. That's good. Gift of the Ox, now a rank 1 talent was rank 2. Graceful Exit, now rank 1 was rank 2. Quick Sip, now rank 1 was 2. Staggering Stripes is now rank 1 talent was 2.
Alrighty.
All right. That seems like solid buffs. I think brewmasters are probably in a bad spot based on what I see here.
Yeah. Now for the good ones as well.
Mistweaver, holy but Jesus, you're gonna keep going. I get to discuss this with my Weefy Poo when she gets home.
With the first good one right here.
Revival healing now increased by 100% while not in a raid. That's cool. Vivify now costs 3.4%. Base mana was 3.8. So that is nice amount of mana that you get to keep. Awakened Phaline and Ancestral Coordinations now linger for 8 seconds after leaving Phaline Stomp. That's cool. Raising Mist now extends. Renewing Mist applied by Rapid Diffusion. Invoke Yulon. The Jade Serpent now reduces the cost of Enveloping Mist by 50%. Was 33. Solid buff. Echoing Reverberation now requires Enveloping Mist to trigger an additional Zen Pulse. Was Enveloping Mist and Renewing Mist. Zen Pulse damage and healing increased by 25%. And now triggers Mastery. Gusts of Mist. Maybe that'll make the Mastery better, because I believe it's Poo right now. New talent, Chainlong's Gift. Now draws in all clouds of mist, healing 3 nearby allies per cloud absorbed. A cloud of mist is generated every 8 seconds while in combat. I think that is a cool talent. If I remember correctly, that was the weapon?
Yeah.
From Legion, and I'm glad to see it back, because it was fun before.
Yeah, that's replacing my Bonefest brew.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh well. I believe they're taking Bonefest Brew out completely, aren't they?
Yeah, that's like I said, that's replacing it.
Yeah, I mean, like, no spec goes in.
And the ones below it are replacing the bonuses from it.
Yeah, I got you. New talent, Veil of Pride. Increase Shalon's Gift's Cloud of Mist generation to every 4 seconds. New talent, Shao Hao's Lessons. Each time you cast Shaolin's Gift, you learn one of Shao Lao's lessons for 30 seconds, and may, based on how many clouds are consumed. Lessons of Doubt, or Lesson of Doubt. Spells and abilities deal 35% more healing and damage. Lesson of Despair. Your critical strike is increased by 30%, while above 80% health. Lesson of Fear. Decrease the damage taken by 15% and increase your haste by 25. Anger. Or Lesson of Anger. 25% damage or healing you deal is duplicated every 4 seconds. That is so cool. That's new, right?
Yeah.
That's really cool. New talent, Burst of Life. Life Cocoon cooldown is reduced by 20 seconds, but is also absorbs amount is reduced by 40%, When Life Cocoon expires, it releases a burst of mist, restoring health to 3 nearby allies. That's cool. Choice node with calming coalescence. She's really gonna like this. These changes are nice. Add a connection from Veil of Pride to Xiao Hao's lesson choice node to Rising Mist and slash Tier of Morning Choice node. Bone Dust Brew removed and replaced with Shaolin's gift. Attenuation removed and replaced with Xiao Hao's lessons. Bone Fubrist. Bountiful Brew removed and replaced with Vile Pride. Fixed issue that causes a single point in Misty Peaks to provide less benefit than intended. Windwalker, Phalanx. Man, before we get into the Windwalker, I just want to say I like this. This is interesting. And I hope that buff changes to the Mastery makes Mastery more viable. Because I like their Mastery. Windwalker. Feline Stomp now correctly counts for Mastery combo strikes. Nick will be happy about that. Emperor's Last capacitor stacks are correctly removed on talent removal. That bug fixed. Glory of the Dawn is now correctly reduces storm, earth, and fire. That'll probably help that out if it works properly. Here we go, Pally Tom. Pally class. Added a tracker for the after image to indicate remaining holy power expenditure until procs occur. Fixed issue causing rank 1 Seal of Might to grant incorrect amount of mastery during Sentinel. Holy. Blessing of Winter has been redesigned. Now restores 1% mana per 2 seconds, only castable on friendly healers. Avenging Crusader now costs 5 holy power, was 50% base mana. Damn! That was brutal!
Yes, it was.
Oh, 50%!
Of base mana.
Yeah. But still, like, that's a lot of mana.
Yeah, I know.
Reduced the cooldown to 45 seconds, was 2 minutes.
Yep.
And the duration to 12 seconds was 20 seconds. I mean, it's still really expensive, but like, oh.
But now I get to use it more often. Aha.
Yeah, Tower of Radiance causes Holy Light and Flash of Light to additionally have a chance to grant holy power based on your target's current health when casting on targets without Beacon of Light. Increase 100% on targets below 50%. Inflorescence of the Sunwell now grants holy power every third cast. Holy Light will, with infusion of light, was 30% chance. Here's Deliverance, healing increased by 25. After image no longer triggers awakening of divine purpose. Avenging Crusader can now trigger and consume divine purpose. Inferium Legacy and Avenging Crusader now display on personal resource bar. That's cool. Priest. Class Surge of Light now properly triggers from all healing spells. Vampire can Embrace no longer on the global cooldown. Stanlen now causes Sanguine Teachings to add an additional 2% leech. Multiplication can now be triggered by Discipline, Power Word, Solace, Mind Blast, Shadow Word, or Shadow Mind Flay, Shadow's mind flay and mind flay. Insanity. That's good to know. New talent. Petrifying Scream. Psychic Scream causes enemies to tremble in place instead of fleeing in fear. Yes. New talent. Sanguine Teachings. Increase Leech by 3% on a choice node with with Vampiric Embrace. The root effect of Void Tendrils now displays on enemy nameplates. Discipline. Getting some changes here. Discipline. Pain transformation now causes pain suppression to heal your target for 25% of the maximum health was 12. Protector of the Frail now grants pain suppression in addition to change. Charge. An additional charge. An additional charge. Jeez. These words are starting to go together. So many of them. We're all of text. This is why I'm reading it and you're not.
I know.
Light's Wrath now costs 2% base mana. Power Word Shield Soulless damage reduced by 15%. Mind Blast now costs 1.6% of base mana, was 2.5. I was playing disc. I was playing Shadow last night. Painful Punishment now increases the duration of Shadow Word Pain Purge the Wicked by 1.5 seconds, was 0.7. Embrace Shadow now increases the duration of Shadow Covenant by 8 seconds, was 4. Twilight Corruption has been redesigned. Shadow Covenants increase the damage and healing of shadow spells by an additional 10%. Shadow Covenant now covers penance, converts penance to a shadow spell. Dope. Dark Reprimand, Shadow Penance can now be cast on allies. Stolen Psyche has been redesigned and renamed Abyssal Reaver. Atonement heals for 10%/20% when activated by shadow spells. Train of Thought causes Shadow Word Pain Soulless to trigger a cooldown reduction for penance and in addition to smite. So they're adding in penance as a ability that you can use in this shadow
Well, that's been a
build.
thing. Yeah, that's actually that's been a thing. But
it looks like they're adjusting the damage healing build.
Yeah, no. The only thing they did was the Shadow Penance can actually heal now too. Because before you couldn't heal with Shadow Penance because it was only a damaging spell.
Yeah, so now Shadow Penance has to have all these other things, and they're also doing something with Solace to affect penance. That's what the entire second half of this thing seems to be about. Power Word Solace. Power Word Solace.
Whatever the hell is Power Word Solace is, but yeah.
Yeah. Where was I? Blaze of Light increases the damage to Power Word Solace in addition to Smite and Penance. Well and Woe increase the damage of Power Word Solace in addition to Smite. Wrath Unleashed increases the damage of Power Word Solace in addition to Smite. Harsh Discipline can trigger from Power Word Solace Mind Blast in addition to Smite. This talent no longer tracks through Smite and instead appears on the personal resource bar or display. Void Summoner can now trigger Power Word Solace in addition to Smite, Mind Blast, and Penance. Adds a few connections to the side of row 6 to row 8 for Discipline, fixing the issue preventing Dark Reprimand from consuming Dark Side. So yeah, they're just adding to the damage healing build. So the not spite build, what is it called? What's the thing? Atonement. That's what it is. They're adjusting atonement to work with the shadow
Yeah,
spells.
yeah. Atonement's going for all spells now. It used to be before it was only Mind
Yeah.
Blast.
That's cool. I might actually play my Discipline Priest again, because like I really liked the idea of being a
Like,
Battle Priest.
like
And
I'm
then they
saying,
nerfed.
that's why I love playing the Shadow Disc. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, the Shadow Disc looks fun. Check that out. We got Holy, and then I'm gonna be sad. Um, Holy. Burning Venomous is now 2-point talent, and has been redesigned to increase the damage of Holy Fire by 15/30. Holy Fire deals 15/30 of its initial damage to all nearby enemies within 12 yards of the target. Damage reduced beyond 5 targets. Players of Venerous, or Prayers of the Venerous, can now increase a maximum stat count of Prayer of Mending by 2 points. 2 per point. Burning Venomous and Searing Light have swapped positions in the talent tree. Searing Light is now a 1-point talent, was 2. Shadow. Divine Star generates 6 insanity. Halo generates 10. Mind Game generates 10. Psychic Link now also functions with Mind Game's Void Bolt and Void Torrent. Resolved issue causing shadow versions resolved issue causing shadow versions of Halo and Divine Star to cost less mana than holy versions. But they did not add back in Given into Madness, which makes me sad. Moving on to the Rogue, which doesn't have as many changes as I thought it was going to get. You got any comments on the Shadow before we move on to the Rogue?
No, not really. No, not really. Nerfs, no buffs. No, we're good.
I mean, they need the Shadow or the Insanity generation, and
Yeah.
like the Psychic Link thing now, just it feels like that's something they should have fixed before. Like it feels like there's something they're fixing, not in
Yeah.
addition to. Moving on to the Rogue. All rogues learn Feint at level 12 because yes. Oh man.
Ooh, new talent.
New talent. Unbreakable Stride. Passive. Reduces the duration of movement, slowing effects by 30%. Yes. Oh my god, yes. Sepsis now grants 1 use of stealth ability immediately in addition to its previous effect. Okay. That's just back the way it was. Elusiveness and cheat death choice node has been moved to row 2, taking the position where Feint used to be. Yes. Yes. Fixed issue preventing improved Garrote cooldown removal from taking effect when casting Garrote using Sepsis stealth ability effect. Okay. Sounds like a needed nerf. Assassination, new talent, Astral Precision, passive, shiv strikes 4 additional nearby enemies. It increases your bleed. Why? Increases your bleed damage done to affect targets by 20% for 8 seconds. Why? Why is shiv now an AoE attack?
And increasing blade damage too.
Oh, I mean, I don't care about the increase in bleed damage part. Like, that's fine. But why is it an AoE attack? Kingsbane has been moved and now shares location with Dragon Tempered Blades as a choice node. Okay. Dashing Scoundrel now costs a maximum of 2 points, was 3. That's nice. But I don't understand that. Why make Shiv a Okay, whatever. Moving on. Just don't understand that design choice. Killing spree now reduces damage taken while outlaw. Here's my spec. Killing spree now reduces damage taken by 65% while active, so I won't die during my burst. That's so nice. So nice. You know, during that couple seconds where I can't do anything else or hit any other cooldowns. Super nice. I wish I wasn't targetable because that was nice, but kind of broken too. Fan the hammer. Additional pistol shots now generate one fewer combo point. And not sure how I feel about that, but we'll see. Sub. Invigorating Shadow Dust can now reduce affected cooldowns by 15/30 seconds, was 10/20. Effectiveness reduced by 50% in PvP combat. See, this is how we should. This is how we should balance skills. This one, and then there was one that the Mistweaver had, the revival, 100%. Well, not in a raid. I like seeing that.
Yeah, they're about to do the same with this next one coming up.
Yeah, and the shaman. No. Shaman. Class. Mana Spring Totem has been renamed Mana Spring and is now a passive effect. Totem's too hard to press. Healing Tide Totem now in Resto. Healing Tide Totem now increased by 100% while not in a raid. There we go. That's another one. Nice. I like that. And I mean, like, I feel like Healing Tide needed a boost because I don't see a whole lot of them in PvP. And I'm
Oh
not
no,
sure
but
how they're doing in.
you saw that Mana Spring though. You saw what it actually did, right?
Yeah. It's their mana regen thing, right?
Yeah, but it did more than just change the name.
Yeah, it made it a passive.
Yeah, it's no longer a totem.
So it's no longer a totem. That's why I said like totem button too hard.
Now you can move while casting it, or while it's active.
Yeah, you can't outrange it.
Yep.
Or is it just like passive? You get it all the time. Passive.
It's basically like a moving innervate for your party.
Whatever. It's fine.
Oh yeah, they get that and they get their buff to their healing tide now.
Yeah. Oh, Warlock gets a good amount of changes. Class. Soulkeeper has been redesigned. Summons a Soulkeeper that consumes tormented souls you've collected. Blasts nearby enemies for chaos damage per soul consumed over 8 seconds. You collect tormented souls each time you kill a target. Occasionally escape your previously collected. This sounds like the weapon from Legion. Inquisitor's game is now passive and has been redesigned. Why not say it's been redesigned and then say is now passive? Your spells and abilities have a chance to summon Inquisitor's Eye that details chaos or that deals chaos damage, not details. I'm stupid. Damage over time. Affliction. New talent. Focused. Malignancy. Maleficent Rapture deals 15/30% increased damage to targets suffering from unstable affliction. Soul Swap has been redesigned. Copies your damage over time effects from the target, preserving their duration. Your next use of Soul Swap within 10 seconds will exhaust copy of its effect onto the new target. So they made it the old Soul Swap, which is good because like that gets rid of your ramp up time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Although I think within 10 seconds is kind of short. Like it should be like 20 seconds. Sometimes those Those pulls for a boss suck. But then again, they're trying to keep people from stacking it right before the boss. So I see the 10 seconds making sense. Like, that'll keep it within a fight. Soul Tap has now been redesigned or removed. Really? Pandemic Invocation has been moved to row 6 and is now a run rank talent. Demonology, Fellstorm, Guillotine, and Demonic Strength now place one another on cooldown. For 5 seconds. I'm not reading each of those.
5, 5, and 8.
Oh, it's 5, 5, and 8. Guillotine places the other two on 8. Strength and Fellstorm place the opposing ones on 5. Since they're not all the same. Destruction. Ashen Remnants now causes Chaos Bolt, Incinerate, and Shadow Burn to deal 5/10% increased damage to the target. Immolate. I wonder if they can hear on the stream. My cat trying to get in the room.
No.
Well, I know you can't because Discord is better at not picking stuff up than Gamescaster. Destruction. Eradication now causes Chaos Bolt and Shadow Burn to increase the damage you deal to targets by 5/10%. Burn to Ash now causes Chaos Bolt and Rain of Fire to increase the damage of your next 2 Incinerates by 15 to 30%. Shadow Burn to increase damage of your next Incinerate by 15/30%. Oh my goodness, Armed Warrior. We're just going to move right into you. So we got the Warrior, which is what Devil's been maining this expansion, and Arms and Fury, which are the specs he's been maining this expansion. Do you want to read them?
I guess if my eyes can handle it. Here we go. Improved Slam. Slam has a 10% increased chance to critical strike and deal 30% increased critical strike damage. Spiteful Serenity. Colossus Smash and Avatar durations are doubled, but their bonus damages are reduced by half.
New talent. Strength of Arms.
Yep.
Overpower has a 10% increased critical strike chance on enemies below 35% health and generate 8 rage.
And now Defensive Stance is now a default talent.
I think we'll just swap back and forth. Sweeping Strikes now is baseline. I like this is so weird to me. So like oh, it's now talented by default as opposed to baseline. Gotcha. Okay. That's cool.
Oh yeah, it's now talented by default, so it's still there. So now we have all 3. But yeah.
Improved Sweeping Strikes now lasts 6 seconds, was 5.
Mm-hmm.
Improved Overpower and Battle Lord now increases the damage of Dreadnought.
Battle Lord's chance to reset the cooldown of Mortal Strike or Cleave increased to 35% was 25.
So a 10% increase.
Yep.
Battle Lord now increases the damage of Overpower by 35%, was 25. So another 10% increase.
Skull Splitter now causes deep wounds to instantly expire, was 400%. So that's what it was on the talent.
For expire when? What?
It used to make deep wounds expire 400% faster, but now it's instant.
Okay.
That's why it's like that.
Tide of Blood now causes Ren to expire instantly, as Deep Wounds is built into Skull Splitter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fatal Mark. Fatal Mark duration increased to 120 seconds was 60. So from now it's 2 minutes instead of 1 minute. Which
is it like a hunter's mark?
It's a mark when every time you strike with Mortal Strike, or I think it was Cleave as well, it applied a mark which stacked up, I think, up to 20 or 10 times, and your next execute would have consumed all those marks at once, and basically would have killed the target because it does a stacking physical damage over time.
Okay.
Not over time, but instantly. Yeah.
That's cool that it's doubled. Storm of Swords causes Whirlwind to cost 20% or 20 more rage was 30.
Yep.
Wait. Cost 20 more was 30.
Cost 24 and was 30. Yeah, because it used to cost 30 more. Now it's 20 more.
Storm of Swords increases the rage cost by 20 instead of 30. Got it.
Shuffled the position of some nodes toward the end of the tree and added some new connection nodes.
I'm pretty sure
to try and aid the creation of more general builds.
I'm pretty sure different people write different patch notes and they just copy and paste them all together, just based on the way some of these things are phrased.
Yeah.
And how they're phrased differently.
Bound in Victory now only one
rank.
Now only one rank, and now provides 1% versatility, and reduce the cooldown of Die by the Sword by 30 seconds.
Improved Mortal Strike. Removed from tree. Ignore pain has been added to arms tree.
There we go. So that's where they're placing it, probably.
So what do you feel there? How do you feel this is going to change your...
I will definitely survive longer. And Bajira finally gets his wish.
What's his wish? Which one?
Getting back Ignore Pain.
Yeah.
For Arms Warrior.
Right?
Said,
I don't know. They just have Ignore Pain.
They're just going to keep improving our damage and not fix what's wrong with Arms Warrior, which is our fucking, actually survivability. That's what we keep saying every time when you see top patch notes.
They're just going to increase the damage.
You're just going to keep. Sure, we can one shot, but if we don't survive, we can't do anything else.
Like Outlaw, all they need to do is revert that change to Blade Flurry, and then they can nerf our damage a little bit, and we'll be fine. We'll survive.
Blade Flurry does nothing, but yeah.
Well, no, the way Blade Flurry works now is it's a charge, and it's on the global cooldown. I think it's on the global cooldown. I'm pretty sure it's on the global cooldown.
All right, let's see what they did.
Like, they need to take it off of the global cooldown, or make it an aura again, like it was back in MOP.
So let's see what they did with Fury, and then we'll see what I'll play for. I'll probably balance it out, but I'll see what I start with for coming up on the 24th.
Right, okay, so we got Fury. Onslaught damage increased by 40%, now generates 30 rage, was 25. Tenderize causes enrage to last 2 seconds longer, was 1 second. Storm of Steel revenge damage reduced by 30%, was 40%, and rage granted increased to 20, was 15. Frenzied Flurry increases auto attack damage with one-handed weapons by 30%, was 5. That's a nice buff to Single-Minded Fury.
Yep, they're trying to get it, but we'll see.
Unbridled Focus Onslaught causes Onslaught to trigger Recklessness in addition to Rampage. Storm of Swords, Whirlwind damage increased by 80%, was 70.
Mm-hmm.
Anger Management now decreases the cooldown of Ravager.
Yeah.
And the duration of Avatar and Recklessness causes a Berserker's Torment is now 8 seconds, was 4.
Yep.
What comments you got?
Just gotta see how Onslaught will affect this, and if Frenzied Flurry will make Single-Minded Fury actually do something. We'll see.
Almost done here.
Because that Frenzied Flurry will actually make what do you call it? Annihilation build actually maybe do something. Who knows?
All right, here we are. Next section, creatures and NPCs. Probably just going to speed through this because it's probably not going to be all that interesting.
Yeah, because I
Alrighty.
gotta grab my medicine though.
Yeah, you go do that while I read through this shit.
Yeah, be right back 1 minute.
Creature and NPCs. New rare enemies and NPCs can be found in elite areas of Knockhood Hold, Inbu, Imbu, Cobalt Assembly, Tri-Hold, and the Primalist Future. Some rare enemies that showed up on the zone maps outside the elite areas have had their cadence changed to one spawn every 30 minutes, was 2 spawns every 2 hours. That's good. The health of these rares has been increased as well, so players will have more time to get to them before they are defeated. Thank you. New elite area rares and more scheduled rares have rewards on par with elite rares found in Obsidian Citadel or Blackened Hollow. Newly trained Draenei, Lightforged Draenei, Tauren, High Mountain Tauren, that now specialize in rogue and mage classes are now located in major cities, Stormwind and Orgrimmar, and their racial cities, Thunderbluff and Exodar. In addition, Tauren Rogue can be found in the Rogue class hall, regardless of how ridiculous a Tauren Rogue is. Holidays, Trial of Style. Additional cosmetics are available for the Trial of Style tokens at the Transmographer vendor. Lunar Event. The Lunar New Year has begun. A new achievement, Elders of Dragon Isle, can be earned, honoring the elders located across the Dragon Isle. I'm going to be doing a video on that, probably, most likely. Items and rewards. Group loot. Fixed issue where in some rare cases players would get less loot than they should have on certain raid sizes. That's good. Fixed issue where players could unintentionally roll need on set tokens. The system now checks the players if the player owns the token or set piece itself at equivalent or greater power. So now you can't just roll need on them and then trade for them at the end, because that shit's annoying. Players can no longer roll need on any profession recipe they've already learned. Ah, amazing! Players can no longer unintentionally roll need on one-handed weapons or two-handed or two-handed for a warrior in fury loot spec. Developer note, this system will now thoroughly identify if you can dual wield the weapon in question based on your loot spec. If you can, and already have 2 versions of at least as powerful item being rolled for, you can't need the item. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna be something to play with.
Yeah, I have to look at that. Revival Catalyst is now available to turn gear earned from the Great Vault, Mythic Plus, Raids, PvP, Tier 2 Epic Storms, Tier 2 War Mode, and World Bosses into corresponding tier gear of that slot. Travel to the northern side of Tierhold. There is then to find the rival catalyst located next to the NPC on Tokka. Each week, an account-wide quest will be available, which will award a charge at the revival catalyst. Progress towards this quest will require players to complete relevant raid, Mythic Plus, PvP, and/or world content. This can be done on a single character or combined across multiple characters on the account. Completion will then award a separate charge for each character on the account, which includes any character that gets created in the future. Total number of charges can be stored for an individual character, and its current capacity is 6. Got it. You can't have more than 6. If you
Yep,
didn't make a character and you didn't get there within 6 weeks, tough shit.
which is fine.
That's fine. That's more than a month. If you didn't get there in 6 weeks, you weren't gonna get there. Takes like what, 3-4 hours to level a character up now or some shit. If character vendored, disenchanted, or destroyed Dragonflight season-wide item you want to use for this system, please visit the World of Warcraft restoration page for assistance. Use that thing all the time. Oh, here we go. This is the most important change. Common white and poor quality gray equipment can now be used for transmogrification. These will become bind on equip. Or these items will now become bind on equip. Enchant illusions can now be applied to artifact weapons. Yay!
There we go.
I actually need that to be a thing. New toy, reusable oversized bobber. Acquired from catching 100 fish with the oversized bobber. The toy version supports all bobbers in your collection and will now automatically work with new bobber additions. That's cool. I need to get this oversized bobber. I saw it the other day and I really wanted it. Need to figure out where it's from. Former new character starter equipment has returned and can be found at vendors in Orgrimmar and Stormwind. So guess what? You're not going to get a butt ton of gold for items you had from before time. Pay a visit to the local shop of your relevant armor type. See what they got in stock, yo. Pole arms from Shadowland and Dragonflight have been adjusted to sit lower on the player's back when sheathed. We're looking into adjusting additional pole arms from previous expansions in future updates. I'm glad. This is the kind of stuff that I want to see adjusted. Fix issue that prevents lighting visual effects from appearing on some mythic class sets and elite PvP items. Nice. Fixed issue that would cause some players to be able to purchase Explorers League banner at rank 19 with the Dragon Scale Expedition. Huh. Fixed issue that would cause no options for Demon Hunters, Hunters, and Rogues on the Mysterious in paper and glasses from Grenna at rank 25 Valkyrin Accord. Valdraken Accord. I'm glad I didn't get there yet. Mage Tower has returned. Interested adventurers can speak with the War Council of Vindicator at deliverance points on the Broken Shore, test their skills in one of 7 unique challenges. Defeat the challenges to earn an epic reward, including Legion theme, class specific armor sets, Druid, our Guardian Druid, Bellweller Bear form, achievements, and wondrous soaring spell tome mount. The Mage Tower is recommended for level 70 adventurers. Player versus player. Here we go. Here we go. War mode can now be toggled on, well, in Valdraken. In addition to Orgrimmar and Stormwind, they listen. See that right there? That is them listening.
All right, now to show you what happened to Solo Shuffle.
Solo Shuffle. Several changes have been made to improve how our system handles players who leave matches. I've been reading about all this stuff.
I hope you did.
Will be calculated per round in-game with levers. Matchmaking value for each player in a match will be displayed on the scoreboard. See what I was saying? The MMR is going to be displayed.
I know.
A warning prompt will display when parties for leaving, or with, sorry, I'm starting.
Penalties for
A
leaving.
warning prompt will display the penalties for leaving if a player attempts to leave a match. Should this be display with. Players who leave excessively will be subject to account review and suspension, as abandoning matches repeatedly is a violation of the terms of service via exploiting functionality to determine of the game's environment of intended player experience. You douches. So what were you gonna say about the solo shuffle?
That's basically what that was. And because now if they continue to leave, they're going to start doing that. So there's gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a lot of matches that they're actually gonna get through now without people just leaving.
Yeah, right.
So no more
I
interruptions on
actually
matches.
saw this solo shuffle changes on Twitter the other day, and like a bunch of people, or maybe it was the forums, but like a grip of people were like, they should implement this for Mythic Plus.
Yeah,
And
no,
that
and
went far, and I was like, yeah, that would make sense.
yeah, no, and the main WoW forums, WoW.com, Warcraft.com forums, the main forums, in our PvP arena page, they had this and with some actual like descriptions from Blizzard himself about how they're doing it, why they're doing it, and what questions were answered. This was the reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Classes.
here we go.
Precognition duration increased to 5 seconds. Was 4 seconds. Also prevents cast pushback. What's precognition?
That's the new caster talent where if you can juke someone from using the interrupt and you didn't get interrupted, you can be immune to CC and interrupts for 4 seconds.
Got you. It's the skill play talent.
Yeah.
We talked about that in something. I remember.
Yeah.
Druid Feral. Freedom from the herd PvP talent no longer provides cooldown reduction to Stampeding Roar. Was 15 seconds. Invoker Preservation PvP talent. Healing reduced by 35%. Cooldown reduced by 60 seconds. Or reduced to 60 seconds was 90. Chrono Loop PvP talent will now display a large icon on the unit frame. Now has more noticeable effect on the player.
Uh-huh.
Mistweaver Monk Crystallis PvP talent reduces life conclusions cooldown by 30 seconds. Was 45. JJ gonna be sad.
Yeah, I never used
Paladin
it.
Reckoning PvP talent now highlights judgment when active.
Good.
Dope. That'll help me make more use of that.
Yeah, combo that with my Avenging Crusader.
All right, here we go with professions. All professions have had requirements to unlock specializations reduced. Professions with 3 specialization trees have had their final unlock reduced
That's
to
75.
profession level 75 was 100, thankfully. All professions with 4 specializations have their final 2 reduced to 60 and 75 was 75 and 100. That's how I'm feeling with my leatherworking right now.
Huh.
Because I'm at 67 or some shit.
Yeah, because I'm at 60 right now. I'm at 60 with blacksmithing, and I'm stuck between that and whatever. But I'm not worried about that now since I got my weapons.
Portals from overloaded Titan Touch Orbs should now more consistently take you to a new location.
Yeah, I never bothered to overload Titans anymore. So
Overloading elemental deposits
and
and
Herbie.
overloaded elemental herbs have been slightly redesigned. Overloading cooldown is no longer modified by gathering herbs or mining nodes. Overload is now taught to all miners and herbalists after completing their first elemental themed node. Mastering the elements unlock now restores overload cooldown cooldown reduction functionality. Developer node. Overload offers occasional moments to allow gatherers not only to change up their gameplay but to gain a nice bonus of extra elemental reagents requiring specialization investment to engage in the system felt too restrictive and also did not offer all gatherers the same option to try something new. By shifting the cooldown reduction to the unlock point for all gatherers, everyone has the opportunity to participate. Yay, inclusion. But also gets a better understanding of what the future is offering before investing points into the specialization.
So
that's kind of cool. That just means that you don't have to put that point in there to
but
unlock it, which is where a lot of people said they messed up.
mastering the elements unlock point now restores overload cooldown reduction functionality.
Yeah, so like right now, when you pick up a node, it reduces the cooldown on the 8 hours.
Oh, so they give you one free. They give you one free charge before you pick up the specialization.
Yeah, and then after you pick up the specialization, you can reduce the cooldown from 8 hours. So baseline, it's an 8-hour cooldown.
Or 12 hours, but yeah.
Whichever. I think.
But yeah, for me right now it's 12 hours.
Okay.
But yeah.
Suspension requirements for many transmog eligible pieces have been adjusted or removed entirely. Thank goodness. Most items that previously required professions other than engineering no longer have requirements. Engineering items have had their skill requirements reduced to 1 of their appropriate expansion. Gnomish and Goblin Engineering minimap will now show personal crafting order notifications. There is now a confirmation dialog when placing crafting orders for an item the player cannot equip. Because they're BOP. L2 read. All right. 2 more sections left, and only 1.5 walls of text. User and interface experience. Experience. I'm reading the next line. User and interface accessibility. Experience, equipment durability, bags, and micro button bar can now be adjusted in the edit UI. Thank you, Blizzard. Thank you. You can now use the arrow keys to fine-tune the placement of elements in the edit mode. Thank you. Major factions map icons are slightly reduced size to improve map visibility. That's also cool. The Dragonflight Great Vault now uses an art style specific to Dragonflight.
Alrighty.
Dragon Riding World Quest now have a new racing icon. Ooh. Added tools to assist with motion sickness while dragon riding. Options, accessibility, general pane under dragon riding motion sickness. Focal circle adds a focus circle to the crosshair at the center of the player's screen to help the player focus, and a more restricted area to address motion sickness. Landscape darkening applies a darkening effect to the around the outside of the screen as the player accelerates. When enabled, focus circle and landscape darkening also display for those using ride along. Added tools, ride along is possibly the bitchinest feature they added. Added tools to assist those with sensitivity to dragon riding visual effects on options, accessibility, general pane. Ride speed effects disable visual effects that occur around the player's Drake when moving at high speeds. Animate full screen effects. This option hides the speed visual effects on the edges of the screen that have been renamed to photosensitivity mode. Bank bag background color has been adjusted to be different from inventory bags. That's helpful. Minimap target icon borders will be suppressed while in combat. Auto channel and auto catch size options have been moved to the options/audio menu. Icon for fine fish, fine minerals, and fine herbs have been updated in the minimap filter list. Fixed issue where herbs or heal exorb bar did not display on the unit frame. Fixed issue where flag carrier unit frame did not appear in the capture the flag battleground. Wait, was that a bug?
Where the flag carrier unit frame did not appear and capture the flag battleground.
If it was a bug, it was better as bugged. Talent window. Reset talent button now lets you reset one talent or one tree at a time. Thank you. You can now copy someone's build while inspecting their talents. History nodes have a more visually distinct outline. Hidden action bars are now shown when talent pane or spell book is open. The missing from action bar search now specific talents are hidden or disabled action bars on different stances. Oh, the missing from action bar search now specifies talents that are hidden or disabled action bar on different stance bars. When UI colorblind mode is enabled under accessibility options, a plus icon appears on all learnable nodes. The loadout slash command, loadout name, loadout index, loadout or spec name, spec index is now localized. Fixed issue where talent tool tips were appearing above PvP talent flyouts. Interesting. Fixed issue where unlearning a talent would clear active searches. WoW Companion app. Added item tooltip to auction house purchase confirmations. Fixed an issue with the auction house battle pet filtering and displaying. Fixed issue preventing some players from viewing their characters. View all content update notes. Click here. There's more. World of Warcraft customer support. Please visit support site at our customer support discussion forums. If you found a bug, please let us know at bug report forums. I'll have to do that later. Back to top. And that's it. That's it. That's all of it. Read the whole thing.
Yeah, burst.
Took an hour and a half.
Just about, yeah.
All right. Later. Like, subscribe, enjoy my pain. Bye bye.